The Super Mario Bros. Movie 2 has been officially confirmed, and with any great sequel comes guaranteed appearances from new characters. So with that being said, let's go over some popular Mario characters and cast actors for them for the Super Mario Bros. Movie 2. The first character is a lock for the Super Mario Bros. Movie 2 because he appeared in the end credits of the first movie. Yoshi. Yoshi's come in all sorts of colors, but the main one comes in green. So we need someone who loves green. Snoop Dogg. To put it blunt, no pun intended, imagining Snoop Dogg playing Yoshi would complete life as we know it. To accompany Yoshi in the movie, I'd love to see Birdo make an appearance as well. I wanted a voice that was captivating yet soothing, so I went with Morgan Freeman. I think his voice would really complement Birdo's character.
Always trust your inner voice.
With Daisy's recent surge in popularity, it only makes sense for Nintendo to deliver to the fans and have her feature in this movie. And who better than Ice Spice to play this brash and bold princess? Not to mention, she has ginger hair just like Daisy as well. So Rosaland, here we come. If you're gonna have both Peach and Daisy, you've gotta have Rosalina as well. And for me, it was really between two people, Shaquille O'Neal or Yao Ming. Ultimately, I went with Yao Ming because he's taller than Shaq, and I needed somebody very tall to play Rosalina, because she's like 7 feet tall. Whoa. Now you might be wondering, why do we need a tall actor? This is an animated movie. Well, I want the Super Mario Bros. Movie 2 to go from an animated movie to a live action movie, just like the 1993 Super Mario Bros. Movie, which I think was a great film all things considered, and arguably a better film than the 2023 Super Mario Bros. Movie, as many fans have said. As seen in concept art for the Super Mario Bros. Movie, Toadette was originally planned to be featured in the film. So this time, she actually has to make the cut. Give me Mark Henry, who has strikingly similar hair to Toadette, and will make a great actor for her as well. If you're a Toadette fan, you'd have to support this decision, because he's the only one who can stop her from getting cut a second time. Wario and Waluigi are my two most desired characters for a Super Mario Bros. Movie sequel, so I spent a lot of time soul searching and considering every actor out there. For Wario, I thought Danny DeVito would be a perfect pick, but he's too perfect, and there's no way a studio like Universal will let that happen. So ladies and gentlemen, the voice actor for Wario in the Super Mario Bros. Movie 2 will be Nicocado Avocado.
No.
Now come on, Wario, you two are two peas in a pod. You're both known for your infatuation with food and excessive bowel movements. It's a match made in heaven. As for Waluigi, I wanted someone as universally loved as he is. Somebody who's charming, attractive, and one who people aspire to be. That is why Keanu Reeves is a must-get for this movie. With how popular and extraordinary he is, there isn't anyone else on earth that I'd rather have playing our purple boy. Whether you like the Super Mario Bros. Movie or not, you have to agree with one thing. Bowser was epically cast, so we need someone as great for his son, Bowser Jr. Even though he's on bad terms with Nintendo, they should squash the beef for just this occasion and have Logan 30acre voice Jr. Logan would bring his years of experience into voicing this character and would perfectly capture Jr.'s bratty attitude in this movie. While we're at it with Jr., why not have all 7 Koopalings in the movie as well? Let's start with Larry. Larry is pretty hard to cast because he's so basic compared to the rest of the Koopalings. He doesn't really have a standout character trait that you can use to pick an actor for. That's why we're just going to cast Tom Holland to play him, because he's in every big movie nowadays anyways. For Morton, I wanted a strong, burly, bald man who wouldn't take anything from anybody, so I chose Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Is there anything these two hunks don't have in common? Wendy was arguably the easiest Koopaling to cast. I chose Jada Smith for one obvious reason. They're bald.
Keep my wife's name out your
Stinky!
mouth.
I don't know why, but when I first saw McLovin in Superbad, I thought of Iggy Koopa. So now that I'm casting this movie, I have to cast Christopher Mintz-Plasse for this role. For this role, he'd have to harness his inner Fogel and really project it onto Iggy, who's arguably even geekier than Fogel somehow.
Bruh.
Roy became a really easy casting choice after I casted Wendy. Considering Jade is on the cast, we need Will Smith to really make things interesting on set.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Now Lemmy's a pretty silly, funny guy, and not to mention, he's the smallest of all the Koopalings. So the only fitting casting choice here is Kevin Hart. His unique voice and humor will really complement Lemmy's wacky characteristics, and I'm sure he'll deliver some iconic lines throughout the movie. As for Ludwig von Koopa, he would probably consider himself a music genius, so it's only fair to cast somebody who many would say is a musical genius as well. Yee. He'd be a hard get, but he'd be worth it in the end. That is, if he doesn't storm off the set. Oh, and get him a wig too while you're at it. Speaking of music, let's talk about Mayor Pauline. Now we know she was in the first movie, but she never had the chance to sing. So for this movie, Pauline would perform a unique rendition of Jump Up Superstar at the end of the movie. Therefore, we need to cast a phenomenal singer to do this. So really for me, it's between Justin Bieber and Rebecca Black, with me ultimately deciding to go with Rebecca Black as I think her voice better suits Pauline's and would work really well in Jump Up Superstar. It's only fitting to have a superstar like Rebecca Black to end off this brilliantly cast movie, right? While we saw Funky Kong make a brief appearance in the first movie, he never had the chance to talk. So let's make him a prominent figure in this movie and have him be played by none other than Hulk Hogan. There wouldn't even be a need to create a Funky Kong costume for him, because Hulk Hogan is him. Hulk Hogan was literally made for this role. It's his destiny. Now let's finish off with some Mario enemies. First up, we've got King Boo, and I chose Megan Thee Stallion. After seeing that, you can't tell me that she isn't the perfect casting choice for King Boo. Next up, we've got Chain Chomp, and I chose I Show Speed. Let him tell you why he should be cast for this role. Now Hammer Bro and Boomerang Bro are going to be played by MC Hammer and JoJo Siwa respectively, and for obvious reasons as well.
Stop! Hammer time!
I'ma come back like a boomerang.
For Chargin Chuck, I had to pick a football player for this role, so let's bring back Tom Brady out of retirement and have him sport a football jersey and helmet one last time for the fans. For Nabbit, I picked somebody who has a lot of experience as a thief. Amy Schumer. Nabbit's notorious for stealing power-ups, and Amy Schumer's notorious for stealing jokes, so there will be no method acting needed here for her. I mean, heck, Amy Schumer could even use some of her stolen jokes in this movie. I'd be down to see it happen.
Do you guys remember, do you remember bread? Do you remember bread?
For Lakitu, I chose Neon. And let me just put up a side-by-side picture of the two to tell you why. For Monty Mole, I chose Larry the Cable Guy. I don't know what it is about Monty Mole, but whenever I imagine him speaking, I think of him with a hillbilly accent. It's probably the teeth.
Mater, Tomater, that's who is here to help you.
To round off the enemies, let's talk about Shy Guy. I can't imagine anybody other than Arnold Schwarzenegger playing as him. Just imagine a shredded Shy Guy taking the stage and fighting against Mario's Chris Pratt. You know what? That's it. It's the best casting choice of them all, Nintendo. Make this happen! If you couldn't tell by now, this was an April Fool's video, and I don't actually believe that these people should play these characters in the next movie. But I will say, Keanu Reeves as Waluigi and Hulk Hogan as Funky Kong is pretty enticing. Either way, I hope you're not mad at me for this joke video. Instead, I hope you found some enjoyment from it. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel and checking out my other videos as well. Thanks for watching it all, and remember, blab away!